How do I know if my patient has a personal injury claim due to a car accident? In Oregon, fortunately, that's a fairly simple question to answer. The standard is, did the other person who hit your patient's car drive the way a reasonably prudent person would drive? And that's kind of frankly a complex way of saying, was the other driver operating his or her car in a safe manner? So a reasonably prudent person doesn't blow stop signs, doesn't blow red lights, doesn't drive intoxicated or on drugs, doesn't drive if they are too sleepy to operating a car. They yield the right of way. They don't go 50 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour speed zone, right? So those are pretty simple standards to help guide whether the other person is in fact at fault for causing the collision. What's interesting thing to always keep in mind is that same standard can be used back on your own patient even if the other person blew a stop sign. If, for example, your patient was speeding, was going 45 miles an hour in a 45 miles an hour in a 30 mile an hour speed zone, and the other person ran the stop sign, your patient may be held partially at fault for causing the collision because they were not driving in a safe manner either. But the standard is simply, is the other person driving or were they driving their car the way a reasonably prudent person should?